Welcome back to the channel, horror fans. Today we're diving deep into the dark and chilling realm of true horror stories that will keep you up at night. Get ready to immerse yourself in tales that are not just spooky, they're real. As we explore these stories, I want you to remember, the true terror often lurks in the shadows of our everyday lives. So grab a snack, turn off the lights, and let's begin. Imagine this. It was a cool autumn night, and a group of friends decided to camp in a remote part of the woods in upstate New York. They were excited, setting up their tents and sharing ghost stories around the campfire. As the fire crackled, laughter filled the air. But as night fell, something changed. They started hearing faint whispers coming from the woods. At first, they dismissed it, thinking it was just the wind. But the whispers grew louder, seeming to call one of them by name. Emily, Emily. Terrified, Emily turned to her friends, but they were all too busy laughing, unaware of the growing dread in her heart. Suddenly, the whispers stopped. An eerie silence enveloped the campsite. Then, a scream pierced the night. It was one of the friends who had ventured into the woods to investigate. The rest of the group ran to find her, but she was gone. All they found was her flashlight, flickering in the darkness. What do you think happened to her? Was it just a prank gone too far, or something far more sinister lurking in the shadows? Let's shift our focus to a story that could happen to any of us. A woman named Sarah had just moved into her new apartment in a bustling city. Excited to start this new chapter in her life, she invited her friends over for a small gathering. The night was filled with laughter and chatter until Sarah noticed something strange. The door to her apartment had a chain lock, but she could have sworn she heard it rattle. As the night wore on, the noise grew louder, almost like someone was trying to get in. Confused, she brushed it off as her imagination running wild. But then, she noticed a dark figure outside her window, peering in. Heart racing, she confronted her friends, only to realize they hadn't seen anyone. Just as she turned back to the window, the figure vanished. Feeling uneasy, Sarah locked the doors and tried to enjoy the rest of the night. Later, as everyone was leaving, Sarah decided to check her phone, and to her horror, she found a series of texts from an unknown number. "I see you." Imagine being in her shoes. What would you do next? Would you call the police, or would you just hope for the best? Our final story takes us to a quiet suburban neighborhood where a teenage babysitter named Jenna was watching over a couple's children for the night. The parents had left a detailed list of instructions and reassured her they'd be home before midnight. As Jenna settled in, she noticed the kids were already fast asleep. Just as she relaxed on the couch, her phone buzzed. It was a call from the parents, checking in to see how everything was going. They chatted briefly, but then the conversation turned chilling. "Jenna, whatever you do, don't go upstairs. We think there's an intruder in the house." Panic set in. Jenna was home alone with 2 sleeping children, and she was terrified. She decided to call the police, but couldn't remember if she had locked all the doors. Suddenly, she heard a noise from upstairs, the sound of footsteps. She held her breath, trying to keep calm. What would you do in that moment? Would you stay put, or would you risk going upstairs to check? Each of these stories highlights the thin line between safety and danger, the comfort of our homes, and the lurking fear that something could go wrong at any moment. As we live our daily lives, we often forget that true horror can be just around the corner, hidden in the familiar. What do you think? Do you believe in the supernatural, or do you think these stories can be explained away? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today for these terrifying true stories. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more chilling tales. And remember, the next time you hear a whisper in the dark or see a shadow moving out of the corner of your eye, it might not be your imagination. Sleep tight, and I'll see you in the next one.